Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren and we are going to be doing a mid-year homeschooling update, and we definitely have an update for you. So I have two little girls. So I have a 4-year-old in February and a 2-year-old in May. I already kind of had the plan to homeschool. Timing wise, I sort of joined homeschooling along with everybody else. It's actually a lot of fun for me, and to see how quickly the girls are learning things is just awesome. I really started doing more structured homeschooling with Kayleigh preschool this summer in August, and I was decided, I'm like, all right, she's a 3-year-old, she's doing preschool. She already knew her colors and shapes and count somewhere in the teens, probably around up to 20 with help. She knew her ABCs. She had really good letter recognition. She just didn't know all the sounds yet. So that's what we were working with when we started in August. She has progressed so fast. We started preschool curriculum, just things that I was piecing together from free websites online. She loved it. But it was getting to the point where she's like, Mom, I know this already. She was ready to move on. She was past that pre-K level. For kindergarten, I wanted to have an actual open and go curriculum. It was a lot of time and energy to put things together. So when I looked for curriculums and I found The Good and the Beautiful, which I absolutely love, and that's some of the material I'm going to be talking with you guys today. Pull out to the pre-K course book right here. I did buy this from them and I rebound it, and there was nothing wrong with the binding, but I made copies so Kayleigh could do it just for fun, because I did buy this for Sydney because they have no plans to update it, so I thought I would just buy it. I'm going to start talking about language arts first, and then we'll move into math and science in my plans. It says, what age should I start my child with pre-K? So if you go online and do their free assessment, it'll tell you what level your child should be in. For pre-K, your child can count to 5, recognize pictures of and say the words for apple, monkey, alligator, garbage can, elephant, and dinosaur. They are ready to start. Most are ready to start at the age 3 or 4, and some could be 5. I mean, she could have done this, but she was past all of that. So, I mean, it's a really, really pretty book. Matching the last letter, first, second, third. I did a lot of cutting practice, rhyming words. I did a lot of practice like this already when I was piecing things together. So she didn't need to do this book. We went straight into primer. So all the things that I did with her, all of the random worksheets and just activities. We didn't start The Good and the Beautiful until December. And she actually did this Level K Primer book in exactly a month. So it was December 9th through January 9th. We really didn't take like a long break during that time frame like a lot of people do. She honestly wants to do school. It's also very quick and easy for us to do. We typically will do a 4 or 5 day week, typically just Monday through Friday. And I kind of want to turn Friday into a fun Friday. So she went through the primer course. This was actually my favorite activity, using the little cotton balls to glue on there. Really cool. Activities where they say the letter and the sound it makes. And, you know, reading like pat, at, hat, like word families. A lot of D starts with the donut, B starts with the bat, and then she just traces the D's and she says D starts with the donut. It's a lot of really fun activities, and they definitely helped her. Before they move on to level K, they should be able to sing the alphabet alone, which she was already doing that, instantly know all the letters by name, uppercase or lowercase, which she already knew that as well, and the most common sounds they represent. She knows all of that. And it says they don't need to have mastered long or short vowel sounds because it's taught in the beginning of level K, which is true. And she does know all of these letters without any hesitation. Or ask her the vowels, she will tell you, she'll be A says A and A. She'll tell you the long and short for those. So I was like, okay, cool. She is ready to move on to Language Arts Level K, which is really advanced kindergarten and first grade. Because the primer is really kindergarten, and then the Level K course book is actually advanced kindergarten and first grade. So their curriculum is advanced. There's a lot more reading, writing, more reading practice. There's a lot more involvement in these. So assessments back here. It's sort of like, okay, you can read yours level K, and she just isn't there. Yeah, we started the next day. So we did this January 10th. We started on the first one, which she did really well. We stopped here at lesson 5, and she did this herself, so it's not like she couldn't do it, but I think it was more of a push. The word hop, sight words, and she had a lot of fun doing the hop. She didn't know all of them as quickly as she should know a sight word. So that's when I was like, okay, we're gonna pause the book, because that was after a week with the level K book. I was like, we're gonna pause this and we're gonna practice some reading. We focused on her primer book, which is the My First Reading book. And she actually just kind of keeps this like right next to her bed, and she likes to read it at night. So she gets a lot of practice with this. And we read the beginner books as well. Box set A. These are really cute. She really likes the snow one. So she likes these books as well. And I like how it has a sight words practice in the front, as well as vowels, and then it has other practice. They're different in each book. She practices that, she reads through the book, and it's really cute. So she likes those. You want them? All right, so I'm gonna hand them to her now. I think we've looked at the beginner book set B. They look really cute too. We've just been working on set A and the My First Reading book, but we also started with Dash into Learning, and we actually got all 3 sets and all 3 activity sets. This is the first set, so she's on book 2. So she has read, I'll show you, Fan and Sam. So she knows all the letter sounds, as I was saying, but she needs more practice on blending them. So first it shows you the sounds. After you get step 1 done, you get a sticker. And then the sight words, after you can read those, you get a sticker. Then blending path. So you'll say at, and then after you can do all of those, you will get a sticker. And then these are blending the letters. So it's the same as up here, but it's without that, you know, line, the path. And then they get a sticker, and then blending the words. So here's Matt. So then she would get a sticker. And then after she does that page, then she can read the story. After she gets those stickers, she still wants to earn stickers. They have different Dash into Learning bookmarks. And I actually wrote the name of the book at the top. And at the bottom, I wrote book 1, set 1. Like I wrote which book and what set it's from. And I want her to read each book 10 times. So she's read Fan and Sam 6 times already. I just leave that in there. So that way she still earns a sticker when she reads it. Mitt and I is the next one that she's on. I have her bookmark in here, and we just did the first. So she has the sounds sticker. If she's putting a sticker in the very first part of the book, she's using these stickers that came with the book. These on Amazon, they're just little stars. They have little faces on them. They're really cute. She gets star stickers on her bookmark. So that's what we're doing for reading right now. Okay, more on reading. So she is not to this level yet, but I am prepared when she does get here. Here's a bunch of Usborne phonics readers. And I got all of these in mini books. I actually have B Makes T in the regular size. And on the back of them, it actually has one of those little codes where you can scan it. And the book will be like read to you, and it has like a little chime, and it will tell you when to flip the page. But that's kind of a glimpse inside. It's just a lot more words than she's ready for right now, but there's a lot of rhyming and it looks like it'll be a lot of fun. But we haven't read all these yet, obviously. Just B Makes T, and that one's really cute. Speaking of Usborne, these are just a few of our favorites right now. This is the Lift the Flap first math book. And this is Lift the Flap question and answers about weather. And I will be using this book when we do our science units as well. There's a few more I want to add that I haven't purchased yet too. And this is the Lift the Flap Germs, the Human Body Shine a Light book. Shine a Light is really fun at night. Like I said, these are just some of our favorites right now. And this right here, That's Not My Teddy, is Sydney's favorite book right now. Absolute favorite. On the Moon is another one I'm going to add, and The Garden. So I'm going to add a lot of these into our science units as well. And just because I have this right here, I figured I'd mention it. This is the Level K reader, which goes with the Level K course book. And we don't start reading section 1 until lesson 54 in the Level K. So we are not reading this yet, but we do have this book. Okay, so that was a lot for language arts. She didn't do pre-K, so she skipped pre-K. She did the Level K Primer, and we are currently working on the Level K supplement, which I didn't know that was a thing until I looked further into it. So we started the supplement on January 18th, and this is a shorter version of the primer. I think it's 50 pages. Like for example, this is what we just did the other day. So this is all the vowels, and then she actually told me, I think it says have them tell you the short sound, but I had her tell me short and long. So she knows those. We are literally moving so slow through this book on purpose. So we're only doing like 1 page a day. I want us to take our time through it, because before she'd be like she wanted more. No, we're going really slow. We're gonna do 1 because I want her to be ready for the Level K. And something else that's been helping is Explode the Code. So we are using Explode the Code Level 1. So again, we're only doing like 1 page a day. Black and white is literally circling the same word, writing some A's, and this is helping her with size because it'd either be too big or too small. So I'm like writing a line above and below, and that's helping her. And she's writing, I like how this has more actual writing too. And same thing, like says which letters and then write the word. And she actually did, I think, half of this page by herself. Like you find which one, like, okay, cat, and then find the word and write it. So we haven't been doing this for very long, more so again, 1 page a day. So right now we're currently working on the primer supplement very slowly and Explode the Code Level 1 in preparation for Language Arts K. Before I forget to mention this though, so I am not completely not doing Level K at all. We are doing the supplement and we are doing Explode the Code. I'm not pulling this book out to actually do lessons, but they do have sight word ladders, and we started working on this. So I actually started making flashcards, and we're going to add that into our morning routine for sight words. So I am going to write like ladder 1, ladder 2. So I'm actually going to write them down and have them in like a big ring of flashcards just for her to go through, versus just looking at these in order. I can actually mix them up as well, so she's not just memorizing the order. So here's the phonics cards, and they, you know, say 1 through 18, and you can color it when you mastered them. And you have 3 bags. So you have a learning, a mastered, and a not learned. and I'm actually going to organize them into, as soon as they show up in the course book, I'm going to organize it to pull that card out. Aside from language arts, so language arts is probably the most confusing or complicated to talk about because there's so many different moving parts, and we've added so many things the past few months between all the different books and flashcards and readers. That's pretty much what's going on with that. I will say, since The Good and the Beautiful doesn't have plans to be updating or changing the pre-K or the primer course, so I have saved the pre-K for Sydney, as well as I made copies of all of that. So I took the whole book apart and I made copies so Kayleigh can do it, just because we have it and just because it would be fun and definitely a review for her. I also made another copy of the primer book, so I did end up buying the PDF of the primer book because I wasn't taking that thing apart and she had already used it. I printed out a copy for Kayleigh and for Sydney, so I might have Kayleigh do some of both, sort of a review as well as just for fun, because I know that pre-K is going to be just for fun for her, so everything isn't so challenging and she has some fun work to do as well. Now to talk about math. So this is the Math K course book. This is part 1, and there are 2 parts, and we are at the very end. So we're on lesson 54. So there's 60 lessons in part 1, and I think there's 60 lessons in part 2 as well. We're adding and subtracting now, so I mean, she loves math. You love math, Kayleigh? It's like, I do like math. She actually asked me on the weekends too. She's like, Mommy, can we do math now? Like, I forgot to do it or something. I'm like, it's the weekend. Like, let's just take a break. She loves math and she loves this Math K. We don't have an issue with the amount of manipulatives in the boxes, but some people do, and they're also going to be making them more affordable. So right now they are 40% off, and it's going to be until it's gone. You can still download the PDFs right now, but they are coming out with Simply Good and Beautiful Math. They are going to be $49.99 instead of, this one was like close to $100, but they aren't going to be out until the summer. I think it said by August 2nd. So we are going to be finished with math at this rate in April. So probably by the end of April, we are going to be completely done with Math K. With her loving math as much as she does, and I can only work on addition and subtraction for so long, she's gonna be ready for level 1. But I am gonna wait until they release their level 1 with the new program. So it's all completely different. Nothing's gonna be the same, but I am really excited about that, and I know that she will love it too. So along with finishing level K math, we are going to move into science, mostly because she's been asking for it. I did get free downloads of marine biology as well as space science. So I downloaded and printed those science units because they were free and I know that we're going to use them. All of their science units are K through 8, extensions for levels 7 and 8, but I know that with them being so young, they are not going to need the in-depth information. I can go into this in more detail, but I did order the safety unit, and they also have this little magnet on the back. I did already print this because when you buy them, you get the PDF as well. And then I will be doing Water in Our World, and I love how they come wrapped. The quality of the pictures is just awesome too. So yeah, for science units, we're also interested in the meteorology when that new one comes out, as well as botany. We really want to do botany because she's really into plants. I'm still working on how I want to organize them. I'm going to start with safety and then the Water in Our World. Then I'm thinking I'm going to do marine biology and then space. Science units also have read aloud suggestions. They have some videos. They have a lot of hands-on activities. And I know that we are going to be rotating back through these units. I'm going to make sure that I'm cutting and laminating and trying to keep it as nice and neat as possible, as well as the girls' science binder notebooks. I'm gonna have to show you guys how I end up organizing them in the future. I didn't get the read aloud books that the units are suggesting yet. Just some books that I got already. This is another Usborne, The Planets in Our Solar System book. So this is pretty cool. Again, more, see all those words? Like more like when they're older, but it's a really good resource as well. And then The Night Sky was just another one that I picked up. And it kind of shows the constellations. That's kind of my plan for science. So what our typical day looks like in the morning, Kayleigh starts first thing on her little journal. I ask her a question. So I'll write, like, this was journal entry number 1. We just started this for the month. And I said, what's your favorite school subject between math and language arts? And she said math, and she wrote that. And then up here, she was actually drawing her little cubes she likes to play with. And then she just started scribbling, it looks like. But I know that those were her math cubes because I specifically asked her, kind of get her kind of waking up. So I write the question in there, I write down her answer. Sometimes if it's a short, like 1 or 2 word answer, she will copy it below mine and then draw a picture. And then after that, we move on into her doodles and pre-writing for littles, like handwriting notebook. So I am not strict with this at all. So she just, yeah, she hasn't even done this page yet, but they're very cute little, woo, little pictures. And what made me laugh was she colored her last page. You just scribbled all over your completion page, and she just laughed. But this is erasable pen. So that was something else. She likes the Pilot Friction erasable pens now too. Yeah, I'm not being structured on this, but once she finishes that and colors everything in that, we are going to be moving on to handwriting level K. I'm going to make sure that she goes in order because she does flip around in the other book, which is okay. Write your name and then you trace it. So we'll write her name. There's some numbers and letters and pictures for her to color. Dot to dot. That's really cute. So we'll be starting this as soon as she's done with the doodles book. So after her journal and handwriting, we will go through those sight words that we've been working on, which is sight words or the phonics cards, whichever we decide to go through that day. It's usually 8 to 10 of them. And then we have the level K primer supplement, and then explode the code that we're working on right now. And then we will read. So we will do a beginner book, box A, where you practice the sight words in the beginning and read the story. And or sometimes we do one or the other, and sometimes we do both at this point in the day. Sometimes she'll just read her blending letters or blending path in the book if she picks Mid and I, or if she wanted to read Fan and Sam again, she could. But as long as she's reading something. Usually we'll revisit the dash books later in the afternoon or evening. After all the language arts is done, then we do math. And then after math, we are done for the day with structured schoolwork. Sometimes we'll do a craft, sometimes we'll play at that point. It's usually lunchtime or close to lunchtime, depending on what time we start that day and if she has a virtual class. But typically we are able to finish before lunchtime most days, and then we just play the rest of the day. And I think that's her favorite part.
I like doing everything.
You like doing everything. Love you.
Yeah.
How old are you gonna be?
4.
4?
Uh-huh.
You're gonna be so big.
Mm-hmm.
Here, what's your favorite from this set?
I know which one.
Can you show me?
Mm-mm.
Show them the book.
Snow.
Snow. That's her favorite.
I like playing in the snow. It's so cold. And I like wearing my mittens. I have pink mittens, not blue. We could skate on the ice.
Yeah, she said she has pink mittens, but she has blue.
This one has shoes and this one doesn't.
Okay. This one, he has his shoes on. And then this one, Let me see if you can see. This one, he doesn't have his shoes on. Every time we get to this page, he has his shoes on here, but why doesn't he have his shoes on here? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. Does anyone else have an answer for that? All right, well, this video is going to be very long if I don't stop right now. That was our mid-year update, and I'm pretty sure that we are going to be schooling year-round because this girl doesn't want to go a couple days without some sort of schoolwork, let alone weeks or months. We're probably going to be a year-round schooling family.
I like science.
You like science? You were telling me all about magnets earlier.
Magnets.
Magnets? What about magnets?
Because they stick to metal.
Yeah. So she just starts telling me things.
Things that connect together. Put a thing that connects together so we can let someone out of the water.
We'll do an experiment. She likes experiments. We did a fizzy heart experiment. That was really fun.
Yeah, it was, you can jump the pink water and then it can meet a volcano.
Acid-base reaction, right?
Then I was trying to touch it, but Mommy said no, so I don't get my hands pink.
I think I need to do an interview with Kayleigh. Would you like to be interviewed?
I like doing that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for your help, ma'am. That's it for our mid-year review and update for homeschooling, and we will see you in the next one. Bye. Pick one. This is the My First Reading Book, the Level K Primer course.
Bob has a box.
Going downstairs.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna stay up here with Mama all the time.
Okay.
Kim has a dog.
Good job.
I'm down. I'm gonna do a different one.
You know what that says?
Sam has a dog.
So she likes to read this in the morning by herself.
Ooh.
Stickers. She likes stickers. Yes. Her name is Sydney. She's the little one, yes. Kayleigh's over here talking to me about, yeah, her name is Sydney. And now you're so cute. Bunch of Usborne phonics readers. Phonics. This little kid's first big book. Okay.
My back itches.
Okay. Are the ones that we work on.
Oh, Mommy,
Yeah.
I don't want this anymore. I want one of those at your home.
Okay. So
Because I like playing in the summer, so much fun.
yeah. Sorry guys, got a little distracted with Kayleigh. I didn't really mention Sydney very much, but we are doing exactly what we did in that day in the life video. We're still working on colors, and we're starting to actually sort counting bears. She really likes that. She's not sorting the counting bears by color yet. She's more so playing with them, but Kayleigh's sorting and playing with her with them. So we don't pull them out too often. So they're having fun with that right now. And she kind of points at the posters because we actually took the posters down. Tries to say the colors. Right now she really likes to say purple, which is funny because I feel like that's one of the harder colors to say, but she definitely says purple. So she's definitely saying some words, so we have some progress there. She's working on some like chunky puzzles and things like that, but very basic with her. We're not doing anything other than scribbles on paper, and we do some watercolors once in a while too. We use the Arteza watercolor pencils. We really like those. She uses the paintbrush and water. Very basic stuff with her. There's probably something else I forgot, but I will just leave it down below. All right. See you later, babe. Say bye.
Bye.